grandkids, that's what I want too. And I'll tell the buyers, go take. Tell me right now, what are you committed to? The grandkids or the refrigerator, and I'll make it happen for you. Let me tell you something, I say more deals that way. I say more deals that way because people, it happens in relationships. Look at your own personal life. How many times have you cost yourself a relationship because you're trying to be right about an opinion? It's the same thing happens here. When you're in a contract, people start getting whacked out about being righteous about their opinion. Same thing when you're presenting an offer. My house is special. Screw that, where are you moving to? Is it about the grandkids and your next level or $2,000 that you're fighting over? Is it that important to have you cost your commitment to be right about $2,000 that doesn't even exist right now? Are you hearing me on this? But you can't talk to people this way if you don't know what they're committed to. Your job as a listing agent is to coach people, not close people, and you do that by finding out what they're committed to, and then you can speak with more conviction, more passion, and not be a salesperson, because you're trying to help people. Are you hearing me? This is great what I'm teaching you. Now, this, by the way, every time I turn around, April, there's another CD missing over here. Well, she keeps, all right, hurry up, get them now while they're hot. All right, that what I just did, that whole negotiating dissertation about the refrigerator, those of you who got the negotiating CDs, it's on there. That talks about that. You'll put more deals together. Now, last thing here is, once you know how to build rapport, ask questions, give advice, you want to now do each one of these steps. For example, for those of you, again, the CDs, you're going to learn how to build a rapport, what questions to ask. There's 12 questions. How to present MLS yard sign, and then list and lead. There's a way to get them to sign the listing agreement. Don't ever ask the homeowner at the end, so, are you ready to get the ball rolling? Because they'll say, no. Let us sleep on it, think on it, pray on it. So, all right, here's the next thing. We're going to talk about buyers, and I'm going to really help you with buyers. You're going to make more money. What I'm about to teach you is going to make an extra $20,000 this year. Are you ready, yes or no? Yes. So anyway, when you do I want you to jot down 3 presentations you should have. 3 structured. 3 dance steps. Do you see like Rachel Lust? 3 routines. The first prepared routine is your listing appointment. Meaning when you go on a listing appointment, there is a beginning, there's a middle, there's an end. Do you get the concept? Okay. Now, the second one, the second prepared one is presenting offers. When you present offers, they should always be done in person, unless they live out of town. And there's 8 steps that I teach. But I don't have time to teach you everything. We got like 7 minutes left, so I'll just give you this concept. When you present an offer, I've already alluded to it, but I'm going to say it again. When you present an offer, what do you think the homeowner's committed to? Show me the... Exactly. And they're prepared for that. But let me tell you something. Most of the time, 9 times out of 10, the reason why they put the house on the market was not for the money. It was for the move to Florida. Are you with me? Mm-hmm. But somehow, when the money shows up, greed kicks in. So what you have to do, you all know, any of you have kids? You know, when you talk to your kid, if you're talking into, I know better, Mom. You don't have to tell me. You don't understand. Like your kids, when they're teenagers, if they're listening through, you're an old fart, I know better, you don't understand, you can't make any headway there with the kids. Are you with me? They have to be open to what you're sharing first, right? So when you go on a listing appointment, my house is special, greed kicked in, I want the money. You have to first talk about where are you moving to, why, like that has to be brought up to the surface. Yes, because it got buried. So now it's about next level, where you move, how's it going, how are the kids? That's got to come up. So now they listen through their commitment, not their opinion, my house is special. Are you with me? Right. It's almost 2 domains of listening. Boy, man, I could go on about this. You want them to not listen through their righteous opinion about how their house is special, because that, you can't put the deal together. They have to, so you move them through the listening of my commitment to moving to Florida. And that's how you present an offer. There's a structured way in doing that. The third structured conversation is when you meet a buyer for the first time. When a buyer comes to you, a buyer, if given a choice of buying now or buying later, they'll probably choose what? Later. And they want to just look at houses. So when they come to you, before you show them property, just like you want to shift the listening to my house is special to I'm committed to moving, you want to shift the buyer from I'm just looking to we should buy. Is now a good time to buy, yes or no? Yes. So they need to feel that before you show property. Now, here's what you would do. I'm going to show you 2 slides. Don't take pictures, you're going to get them anyway. All right? We're going to make it this fast. This here, is Robert Shiller. Robert Shiller is a Yale professor. He created the S&P Case-Shiller report. This is the guy that predicts future properties prices. He said, it would not be a mistake to buy a house right now. Warren Buffett, who made his fortune on the stock market, said, you know what, if I could, I would buy up a couple 100,000 single-family homes. If held for a long period of time, purchase at low rates, and houses are better than stocks. So here's what you would do. You're going to take these 2 visuals, plus the stats from your MLS. If you were to look at your prices of homes this year to last year, have prices gone up, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, show that in a graph. Has the number of homes, days on market, has that shrunk this year compared to last year?
Yes.
Show it in a graph. Is the number of houses for sale probably less now than they were last year? Yes or no? Probably. The inventory nationally is less, which means there's less options for buyers. So you've got properties going up, selling quicker. Plus, you've got these 2 testimonials about buyer. You show this to a buyer and say, listen, you're still on the ground floor. If you had bought last year, it would have been better for you. Because the average price last year was $250,000, now it's $300,000. You could have made $50,000. But let me tell you something, if you wait till any longer, you're going to keep losing because we're on an uptick here. Are you all with me on this?
Correct.
So let's go take a look at some properties. See, you created a sense of urgency to buy now. Let me tell you how to get these slides. When you guys sign up you give April the form, before you leave today, you're going to get an email with a username and password for the Power Program website. The website, every month, we do a live call, we record it, we interview top agents, there's a digital magazine. Somebody asked me, Daryl, are your CDs on this program? No, they're not. The CDs are separate. I will tell you that the value here, too, is when you guys leave the seminar today, if you stay plugged in with me, I'll be your coach now through 2017. So, this is, for 27 years staying plugged in, which is a good thing to stay focused. Now, you'll see the word classroom up there. If you want to write down the word classroom, when you get the email, you're going to click through with your username and password, go to classroom. Let me show you what that page looks like, and then I'm going to teach you this last thing that's going to be awesome. This is what the page looks like. Every blue line is a downloadable or printable form. This is just one page. There's more. I'm going to circle this. It says visuals for buyers. When you go to visuals to buyers, those slides I just showed you are there that you can print out. But you'll notice there's a whole bunch of other stuff you can print out. There's letters to expireds. There's other dialogue. This one page, you know what you can do during the 30 days? Is print out all of these and then cancel. So I just showed you how to rip me off, all right? So hopefully you don't do that. I will tell you something we're proud of. You're going to see that logo over to the right. It says America's Hope for America's Children. I do believe in tithing. I used to give to my church. I told you I'm Roman Catholic, but I was looking for a charity to give to children because my childhood probably was messed up is why I want to help kids. And every charity I found in the United States sends money overseas to kids. They send some, there's some here, but there's sent over. Now, that's awesome. But I was looking for some just here because I think we got enough kids here in the United States that still need some help. Yes or no? Amen, right? So out of frustration, it took us 2 years. I created our own charity called America's Hope for America's Children. It's only for kids here in the U.S., not physical like diabetes, emotional like parents are in jail or there's something going on. that emotionally help these kids. 100% of the 10% of our revenue from this goes to that. We take no salary, there's no thing, dollar for dollar. So if you decide to stay Power Age and you're helping save children's lives, you should know that too. Is that cool? Yes? Yes. Very proud of that. We're building that. All right, now, there's more pages. These are more pages of the website. Here's the last thing I'm going to give you, and now you're going to make money with this. Are you ready? Yes? Yes. Tell me which is better, to take one buyer out and show 10 houses, or you take one house and you show it 10 times. Which is better? Help me out. Second. Say first or second? Second. Which one? Second. Let's see if you're right. The color's going to change. But I mean, you're right. But you don't win nothing. Why? Because that's not what you do. Even though you said that's the right way to do it, that's not what you do. You don't do the right side. You do the left side. A buyer comes to you and says, I want this, this, this. You show this, this, this. You print out this, this, this. You preview more this, this. You show this, this again. What do they buy? Help me out. That. Something totally different. Then we say buyers are buyers. I'm going to teach you a concept real quick now. It's called the Shiny Penny List. And here's what the Shiny Penny List is. You can take buyers and put them into price ranges. If a buyer says to you they want to buy a house for $400, what will you show them? $400 to $450. Now, what do we know about buyers? They don't buy the style they said, or the bedrooms, but they always will stay in their price range. Always. That is the one truth. So let's say in the $400 to $450, there is 30 homes for sale. Of those 30, if you had 30 pennies, there might be 5 that are shiny. They pop out of the pile. It's still a penny, but it pops. In every price range, there's 5 to 7 homes that are the shiny penny, based on the location, based on how it shows. In other words, the definition is bang for the buck. If a buyer has $400,000 to spend on a house, are they going to buy the best that money could buy or the worst? Even if it's not what they said to you they're going to buy. Buyers never buy what they say they're going to buy, but they will always buy the shiny penny. They always buy the house that's the best in their price range. That's why they bought something different. In my office, what made us number one the first 6 months was this. Every week we had an office meeting. Let's say you were in my office. I would ask you, who saw a shiny penny this week? You might raise your hand and say, one of our competitors, BS Realty, Bob Smith, he just listed a 4-bedroom, 2-bath colonial. We would all vote as an office. Hey, is that a shiny penny? And if we all said, yes, that's the next one to sell, we would put it on a separate list. What do you think the list was called? The Shiny Penny List. We would give it out to the agents. We'd have copies made, staple, and give it out for the next 7 days. The only houses that we showed in my office was the Shiny Penny. If the buyer didn't buy the Shiny Penny, what does that tell you about the buyer? Liar. They're not ready to buy right now, which means you file the buyer until another Shiny Penny comes out in their price range. But Daryl, you tell me just to show the shiny pennies? Well, if I do that, some buyers are going to get upset because they want you to show them everything. I'm going to lose some buyers. Yes, you're going to lose some buyers. You're going to lose as many as you're losing now. At least my way, you're going to lose them quicker. If I'm going to lose your Friday, I want to know Monday. Are you all with me on this? Listen, you do this now by accident. You go to a broker's open house, because they got food. You have to eat. You had a rough week. You went there, you walked in there, and it was a shiny penny. When you walked into a broker's open house and it was a shiny penny, what did you do? Help me out. What did you do? You went like this. Watch this. You went, ooh, this is nice. Yeah. Yeah, right. This house is going to sell quick. How much are they asking? And after you finished that open house, you got in your car. What did you do? Help me out. Call your buyers. You called your buyers. You tell your buyers to come out and see another 50 homes? No. You said, are you still looking? You got to come out and see this one house. By the way, bring your checkbook. And what happened to that one house in a few days? Help me out. It's sold because by accident you're working this concept. Here's the motto my students live by. Less stress, income higher, work the house, not the buyer. Find the shiny pennies and just show those. And I guarantee you, if you listen to me, you find the shiny penny and you show that shiny penny 10 times, you're going to write a contract on that shiny penny. Are you with me? Amen. All right, amen. Do you guys learn anything today? Yes or no? Yes. God bless you. Listen, go in the back, become a Power Agent, take me.